Today's journey takes us through some of the most heartwarming reunions between animals and the humans who once cared for them. Each story is a testament to the deep emotional bonds that transcend time and distance. One such story is of a chimpanzee, found in the wild with 7 broken ribs. A kind couple took him in, ensuring he recovered in safety and comfort. Years later, they were reunited. The moment was unforgettable. The chimp, full of recognition and gratitude, embraced his saviors. It was a powerful reminder of the kindness animals never forget. Then there's the story of a soldier and his military dog. After spending every moment together during their service, the two had formed an unbreakable bond. When the dog retired 3 years later, the soldier made the decision to adopt him. Their reunion after years apart was nothing short of moving, as the dog leaped into his arms, wagging his tail furiously. Two best friends, back together again. Another awe-inspiring scene unfolded when a herd of elephants spotted their favorite human after 14 months of separation. The majestic creatures ran toward him, trumpeting with joy. Their excitement was palpable, proving that even the largest of animals can express emotions as pure and tender as any human. Chiara, a lioness, also experienced a touching reunion. Rescued as a cub by a man named Adolfo, she had been transferred to a larger facility once she was grown. 7 years passed before they saw each other again. But when Chiara recognized him, her response was immediate and heartwarming. She nuzzled him, as if no time had passed at all, her affection for her old friend clearly unchanged. In another case, a soldier returned home from deployment and was greeted by her golden retriever, whose joy was boundless. Meanwhile, a lioness that had been rescued from starvation years earlier by a man named Valentine also showed how powerful the bond between humans and animals can be. When they were reunited in a game reserve, she ran straight to him, brimming with joy, unable to hide her gratitude. Even in a courtroom, the emotional connection between humans and animals was on full display. A judge, tasked with determining the rightful owner of a small dog, allowed the pup to choose between the two people arguing over him. The dog's choice was unmistakable as he joyfully ran to the person he loved most. It was a touching moment that left everyone in the room teary-eyed. In yet another extraordinary scene, a horse was reunited with its owner and was so overcome with emotion that it appeared to cry. Moments like this continue to astonish, whether it was a kangaroo hugging the woman who had saved its life, or Jupiter, the emaciated lion who was nursed back to health by Julia Torres. Julia had to part ways with him after he was transferred to another rescue center. But when she visited him 6 months later, Jupiter's joy at seeing her again was unmistakable. His leap of excitement as he greeted her was unforgettable. Wolves, flamingos, donkeys, even the most unexpected animals showed their capacity for deep emotional bonds. When a woman who had cared for a pack of wolves visited them after 2 months, their joy was visible as they eagerly greeted her. A flamingo, known for its grace, showed a more sensitive side when it saw its keeper again after weeks apart, its happiness almost a dance. Donkeys are often overlooked as pets, but one proved how deeply they can bond with their owners. When this particular donkey was reunited with its owner after 3 months, it could hardly contain its excitement. Even a massive hippopotamus, an animal typically regarded as dangerous, was seen sobbing with joy when it was reunited with a man who had cared for it after a year apart. Perhaps the most surprising reunion involved Dawn, a vixen who had been taken to a wildlife sanctuary with serious injuries. When the man who had found her visited the sanctuary, her happiness at seeing him again was heartwarming. She practically glowed with joy. In another tear-jerking moment, a young man returned home from his 2-year Mormon mission and was greeted by his dog, who couldn't care less about his sharp new suit. The dog was uncontrollable with joy, greeting his owner as though no time had passed at all. Even larger animals like elephants showed how deeply they bond with their human caretakers. One baby elephant, saved by a man after poachers killed its mother, snuggled up to its rescuer during their reunion, proving that the connection between them was as strong as ever. A bear, once a tiny orphaned cub, also had the chance to reunite with the man who had cared for her. After years apart, their touching reunion was captured on camera, showing the depth of their bond. The emotion on both sides was unmistakable. Even chimpanzees showed their remarkable memory and affection. Dole and Swing, Two former laboratory chimpanzees recognized their old friend 25 years after she had freed them. Their reunion was emotional, as they eagerly embraced the woman who had given them a life without bars. One of the most memorable moments came from a penguin, shaking with excitement as it was reunited with its caretaker. Whether it was a penguin, a dog reunited with a soldier after months of separation, or an elephant in need of help, each story showcased the incredible emotional depth that animals possess. These reunions touched hearts and left no doubt that animals remember those who showed them kindness, regardless of the time that has passed.